Hey everybody, I'm Aditya Artha. Today I would like to deliver a story entitled Jaka. Long time ago, in the village of Tarub, there lived a widow called Mbok Tarub. Since the death of her husband, she took a boy as a son. Years passed by. The boy was now a man. People call him Jaka. Jaka was a good guy. He liked to help other people. Every day he assisted his mother to cultivate their farm from which they earned a living. Despite only as a foster child, Jaka was much dear to Mbok. She loved him like her own son. Time was fleeting very fast. Jaka turned up into a handsome and well-mannered man. Many girls are dreamed to be his wife, but the young man had never had a thought about starting a family. One morning, Jaka was taking a rest when he realized that he had not seen his mother that day. He went to his mother's room. He found his mother was sick and lying on the bed. Then he rushed out to find some leaves to compress his mother. Sadly, Mbok could not hang on. She breathed her last no long after. The death of his mother left Jaka alone. He often seen daydreaming his farm was neglected. It would be useless I'm working. Who will I share the rice when it corpse? Said Jaka to himself. One morning, Jaka went to the wood carrying a blowpipe. He strolled through the trees, but there was no deer. He was in the jungle, where there are not many people had gone, so it was really weird. Then, Jaka sat below a tree to taking a rest. The cold breeze quickly sent him to sleep. Then, faintly, Jaka heard some women laughing from the pond. He opened his eyes, wondering who were there. He looked upon the pond. There were 7 gorgeous women playing in the water. Jaka was astounded by their extraordinary beauties. Oh God! All the girls are very beauties. Oh, they must be fairies, said Jaka. Then, at the edge of the pond, he saw their clothes and shawl. Without having a long thought, he took one of the shawls and hid it. Sisters, it's afternoon already. We have to get back to heaven, said a fairy. Then, they all got out of the water and put their clothes back on. Unfortunately, one of them, apparently the youngest fairy, did not find her shawl. Sisters, I cannot find my shawls, she cried. All the girls were searching the shawl together until dusk and found nothing. Nawang Wulan, we could not wait for you any longer. We should leave you here, said the fairy. It is probably your fate to stay here on earth, she added. Then, Nawang Wulan was weeping alone. Jaka, who had been there all alone, came out pretending to know nothing. What happened, beautiful ladies? Jaka said. I lost my shawls. I now leave my big sister also, said Nawang Wulan. Jaka said, Oh, I will help you, but you need to be my wife, because I'm searching for a wife right now. If you want to be my wife, I will take you to my home. Give requirement, Nawang Wulan never think too long and agreed Jaka. Okay, I will be your wife, so you can take me to your home now. Jaka took Nawang Wulan to his house and soon married her. Jaka life was back cheerfully. They were happily as a couple. Moreover, after the birth of their child, Nawang said. One day at the kitchen, Nawang Wulan said to Jaka, My husband, I'm cooking rice. Would you watch it for me while I'm taking the bath at the river? Nawang Wulan said. Jaka was alone in the kitchen. He grew curious about what was inside the pan. Despite what his wife had said, he opened it. Jaka Tarub surprised. There was only a single grain of rice in it. So this is why the grain of rice in the barn never decreased. Nawang only need a single grain of rice to make a full pan of rice. When Nawang got home, he found that there was still a grain of rice in the pan. He was disappointed. He was disappointed to her husband for not doing what she told. It resulted in her losing her power too. So she needed to wash and pound the rice as other people did. Finally, the grain of rice in the barn decreased. When the floor was slowly uncovered, Nawang finally found her lost shawl. Nawang was surprised that it was her husband who stole and hid her shawl all this time. Then, immediately, Nawang put on the shawl and went to see her husband. "My husband, I need to get back to heaven. Take care of our daughter, and when it's a full moon, take her out of the house and I will come together." Jaka Tarub was so sad, and to keep the promise, every full moon, he go out with his daughter to see her mom. But Nawang was never came back. Okay, everybody, that's all about my story. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending your time, and see you next time.